My next guest is an actress, artist, and now Dr. Taronda Jones. You know her from Empire, but she's got a brand new album out called Breaking Character. We're talking music, growth. And what's next? Taronda Jones! Dad! What's up? Let's go, Taronda!
Thank you.
How we feeling, sister?
I'm in between great and fantastic. I'm just trying to choose which one. I'm amazing.
You look fabulous. I love the shortcut.
Thank you.
First, congratulations are in order. You recently earned your doctorate, which is a huge accomplishment.
I get it in August. August 23rd is when I officially graduate. It's an honorary doctorate because I don't want people to get it confused because you know Dr. Cheyenne, because Dr. Cheyenne Bryant been messing it up for the girls.
Absolutely. But it's still Dr. Jones. What inspired you to continue your education while balancing music, acting, and everything else on your plate?
You know what? First of all, someone recommended me to this scholarship, and it's mainly for my philanthropy work. And if you know me, and if you've been following me for a while, you know that I do a lot for my community. You know, I do a lot for the kids here on the south and west side of Chicago. So I just thought it was best, just so that I can, we love to have these titles and things under our belts and things like that. But I think in order to take things to another level, in order to take things to the next notch, it's always great to just have these different tools and things like that under your belt. So I'm grateful.
Amen. And now that you've earned the title, Dr. Taronda Jones, what does that achievement mean to you personally?
You know what? I keep telling people the sky is the basement. And anybody who knows my story knew I grew up in a basement that flooded every time it rained. The sky is the basement. And I remember growing up as a kid, I always used to get the naysayers who always said, "You're gonna be just like your mama. You just gonna be just like," because my mother had kids when she was young. Doesn't mean she wasn't amazing. Doesn't mean she wasn't a fantabulous woman. I think I always tried to steer away from the titles of being nothing or never not accomplishing things. So for me, not trying to prove anything to anybody, but it's also more so proving to myself that the sky is the basement, meaning I can do anything. At this point, I can do anything.
Come on now. You've achieved a major milestone academically, and now you're celebrating another milestone with the release of Breaking Character. Let's build the tea. Let's talk about this new chapter. Why did you choose the title Breaking Character, and what character are you breaking away from, Miss Dr. Jones?
Oh, I'm in my villain era. I'm the villain. Mm-hmm. I've learned to say no. I've learned to stand firm on my boundaries. I've learned how to just not burn myself out with the lights of trying to help people and build people up and always feeling like I need to save folks. Us black women, we got that bad.
You gotta be Superwoman putting on that cape, right?
I'm tired.
But you can't continue to pour from a cup that's empty, because what you gonna have for yourself?
Absolutely nothing. And I learned that the hard way. So the moment I learned the word no fluently, I became a villain in everybody's story. And I said, "It's okay, I'll be a villain in your story. Just know you a crackheaded man."
Not a crackhead.
You crackheaded man.
When listeners hear this album, what's the first thing you want them to understand about who Taronda Jones is today?
I think oftentimes when you're in the public eye, people can perceive you as something totally different. I get called, "Oh, she's so nice. I'm like, no, you don't know me. You only know me through Instagram. You only know me through the socials. You don't know me." And I think people often forget, and they also see this very strong-willed woman, this very forward-thinking woman, but I think people forget that I'm human. I think people forget that I'm still this little girl who yearns things, right? And I think when people see me, they see a character. They don't see me. They don't see the real me. They don't see the vulnerable me. They don't see the sensitive. I'm a Cancer, so I'm sensitive.
So it's true. All cancers are sensitive. Is that a trait that y'all...
I'm not the crybaby Cancer.
Okay.
I'm just sensitive.
All right. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay. Because I feel judgment coming on.
No, not at all. How dare I? Is there one song on the album that best represents this chapter of your life, and why?
Oh my God. So I can only pick one?
All right. For you, Doctor, I'll give you two.
Okay. The first one, Villain. It's one of my favorite. I actually dropped a visual. The visual is brilliant. So anybody who wants to see it, please go on YouTube. Taronda Jones, Villain. One of my most projects or videos that I'm super proud of, directed by me, creative directed by myself. Leo Visual, who is my cinematographer, who's amazing at what he does. Him and I like yin and yang. Villain, it basically describes me stepping into my villain era and also saying no. There's more power in my no than it is in my yes. And I need people to honor my no more than they do my yes. And then the last song on the album is called Get Back to Myself. It's one of my favorite songs. And it talks about oftentimes we get so focused on trying to chase this, chase that. We chase things and we forget to chase God, or we don't seek him enough, and then we get lost in the midst of it. And this song talks about getting back to myself, just getting back to the root of who I am, getting back to who my grandmother raised me to be.
What was the most challenging part of creating this project, emotionally or creatively?
I think for a long time I was in denial about my people pleasing. Oftentimes we are. And I remember I was dating a guy and he told me, like, you're a people pleaser. And I was like, who are you talking to? No, I'm not. And then one day I realized it. I was like, oh, dang, I really don't like to say no to people. I really don't want to let people down. I was in denial for a very long time. And the one time I did say no, I said it to a really good friend of mine, and they honored my no. And I was like, oh, damn, I can say no. I can say no, and ain't nobody going to get mad. At least the ones who are meant to stay, they're not going to get mad because
People
they're
have a hard time with hearing no.
I don't know what it is. That's almost like rape in the spirit. You gonna take it? You gonna force me to say yes?
True.
This is almost like rape in the spirit. I don't consent. So no.
What's interesting is you've been telling stories through music for years, but millions of people were introduced to you through TV. Do you ever feel like people underestimate your music because they discovered you as an actress first?
I think people underestimate my talents and gifts in general. There are so many. I'm not a one-trick pony. There's so many things that I do. There are so many things that I do, and I think people are slowly catching on. Kind of like Tiana Taylor, right? So she's uber talented, and I think people are just now catching on to the wave that this girl has always been a force since Sweet 16. And
you took about that Sweet 16. Come on now, yeah.
That's how I was introduced to her.
Ditto.
This is how I was introduced to her. Well, I was like, oh my gosh, Tiana is my muse. She is my muse to the T. But I think people underestimate my gifts and my talents in general. I'm not just a rapper. I'm not just an actress. I direct, I produce, I design clothes. So anything that you see me in, those are my designs, right? I do my own hair, do my own makeup. I do everything. I'm not a one-trick pony. There's nothing I can't do. I got a garden. I grow tomatoes.
Come on now. Any cucumbers?
Yes, tomatoes, tomatoes, cucumbers, herbs, all the things. I got a big old bed of mint leaves. Yes, I do.
I love it. Now, speaking of acting, we have to talk about the show that changed everything, Empire. Looking back, did you have any idea Empire was going to become the cultural phenomenon that it did?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I had no clue that I was even auditioning for a show. I thought I was going in to rap for Terrence Howard. Yes.
Stop playing.
That's my story. That's my story. I was working at a nursing home as an assistant director of nutritional services, and I was also a butcher at a store here called Jewasco, cutting meat. And when my brother called me in the middle of the night because our engineer, I was still doing music at the time, and our engineer hit my brother and said, hey, Terrence Howard is looking for female rappers in their 20s. I think this would be a dope opportunity for your sister. And I remember going through some stuff at work, and I was like, I'm ready to get up out of here. And I remember calling a number and talking to the casting director. And I went in thinking that I was going to rap for Terrence Howard. I never knew I was auditioning for a show. Ended up booking a role, and the rest was history.
Wow.
And as the years went on, I think it wasn't until Empire ended where I was like, oh, damn, we made history. If you've ever been to the African, because you're in Philly, right?
Yep. I tried to go on Juneteenth, but I couldn't find parking, and I'm at the age, I'm 50, so I have to drive around 10.
You 50?
Yes.
50 where?
50 right here. I'll be 51 October 2nd, 1975.
Oh my God, you look amazing.
Thank you. But if I have to drive around longer than 20 minutes, I'm taking my black ass home. So
you gotta go.
I know.
You have to see it. But our show is in the African American Museum. So this is how I know we made history. It wasn't until after Empire ended where I was like, oh shit. Sorry.
You're good. You're home and you're with family. Sugar honey iced tea.
This is history. Yeah. So no, it wasn't until after Empire ended I realized this is huge.
Be honest. How often do people still call you Portia instead of Taronda?
They still to this day. To this day.
Have you?
And I'm okay with. I had to learn to be okay with that because that was a thing that catapulted my career. I'm okay with that.
You're okay.
I'm totally okay with that.
Hey, Portia.
Hey.
If Empire Empire came back tomorrow for one final season and they handed you the script, what's the first thing Portia would be doing in 2026?
Oh, I'll definitely be my own boss. Definitely my own boss. If you watch the last season of Empire, she was heading up to be A&R, head of A&R. She was like trying to break her way through. So definitely owning my own record label or doing music, one or the other.
Since releasing your first project, what's the biggest lesson you've learned about yourself?
That's a great question.
I tried.
Nobody's never asked me that. That everything I do is limitless, not limited. So every time I do create, I keep breaking the Richter scale where it's like, oh, it gets better, gets grander. And not only that, I become a wordsmith and things like that because I'm always reading and stuff like that. So just proving to myself that there's always bigger. It's always better.
If you can sit down with the Taronda from 2018, what advice would you give her today?
Be present. Be more present. I think I was on autopilot during the time where everything was just happening, right? And I think I was so busy trying to get the bag, get the bag, get the bag, get the bag. When people ask me, like, you don't remember? I was like, no, I don't. At first I was like, do I got all tablets? Well, I don't remember. But I think about it often. I say, no, you were just on autopilot. You was too busy trying to you was on a mission. I wish I'd have been more present and also more cognizant of the connections that I did have and stay connected to the people who could have or possibly, maybe not. I'm not even going to say that because God is my source. I think be more present because God is my source. Can't nobody take or give from me. Yeah, can't nobody take from me. So yeah.
Amen. Give me 3 words that best describe breaking character.
Ooh. 3 words. Courageous, God-fearing, and tenacious.
You better work.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that from this interview, you are a God-fearing woman.
Oh, well, thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What's next for Taronda Jones after breaking character?
Oh my God, I just produced my first digital series.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Amazing producer, director by the name of Barry Brewer. I am also currently working on more music. I have an acting class here in Chicago for kids. And I teach kids all over the south and west side of Chicago. I have over 300 students.
You better work.
And I teach them for free. So anybody who's in the Chicagoland area and you're looking to get your kids into entertainment, I am your go-to because at least 12 of my kids have broke through and got on different shows, doing commercials and things like that. So it's very effective and efficient.
I love it. Tell everybody where they can stream the album and keep up with everything you've got going on, Dr. Jones.
You can stream the album everywhere. Tidal, SoundCloud, iTunes, Apple, YouTube, any streaming platform that streams music. You can stream it everywhere. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, X. They don't call it Twitter no more. X, Threads, at Taronda J, Taronda Jay. And then Facebook, Taronda Jones.
Dr. Taronda Jones.
Doctor, come on, you better say it. That ain't until August.
Taronda
I can't
Jones.
say that. I can't say it right now. You can say doctor in August.
I can say it.
Okay,
Congratulations on breaking character, continued success, and thank you for hanging out with Mother and 100.3 WRB in Philly. The next time you in Philly, there's a seat waiting for you right next to me, my friend. I love you.
Ain't coming. Thank you. I love you. I appreciate you.
Anytime. I'll see you soon, okay?
Until soon.
Alrighty.
Bye.
Bye.